Cash budgets, an introduction. There's just a number of things to be aware of before we start the cash budget. The first thing is that under assets, there's something there mentioned called cash. And this cash will be our opening cash, which we will talk about later. Debtors, which was referred to at the top of the question as well. Debtors is in relation to sales. Okay, so this debtors figure is going to be our first month of sales. Debtors owe us money, they're our customers, so that'll be our first month of sales. Creditors is in relation to purchases that we made from our suppliers. So this figure will be the first month of purchases. In the question, you'll be asked to calculate net cash. So net cash is always down the end, the bottom of the actual cash budget. How you get this figure is by saying total receipts, okay, for 1 month, take away total payments. So in this case, for January, 82,100, take away 70,200, and that's 11,900. So that is the net cash. So you should do that for each subsequent month. So for February, you will do the same to calculate the net cash. For March, for April, for May, and you'll also do it in the total column. In relation to the opening cash, we've mentioned already, opening cash is always inserted into the first month. So January is the first month. So in this particular question, it was 31,200. So you put it into the first month, and then you also put it into the total column. So I'll just show you here. So under opening cash, the 32,100 goes into the total column. In terms of closing cash, how we get closing cash is by adding net cash plus opening cash in a particular month. So for January, the net cash is 11,900, and we add that to 31,200 to give us a closing cash of 43,100. So January closing cash is 43,100. So as we've already said, the closing cash of 1 month is the opening cash of the following month. So for February, the opening cash is 43,100. How you get the closing cash, you do it the same way, in that it's the opening cash plus the net cash. Now in this particular month for February, there was a deficit. So in this case, it'd be 43,100, subtract away the net cash of 23,800, and you will get 19,300 as the closing cash. So again, the closing cash for 1 month is the opening cash of the next month. So to get a closing cash here, you'll add the two of those together to get 34,600, and so on. Again, the closing cash for March is 34,600. The opening cash for April is 34,600. So you keep going on that way until you get to the final month. So in this final month, the 32,500 from April is the opening cash of May. So we add the net cash plus the opening cash to give us closing cash, and in this case it's 63,800. So in our final column, which is the total column, we have a net cash of 32,600 and we have our opening cash. When you add the two of these figures together, you'll get a closing figure. This figure should balance that of the closing figure from May.